Hey everybody, welcome to another drive-through rundown. This is going to be a little bit different. I've actually already done a full review of Viticulture, and as I said in that review, I had some folks in one of my groups that didn't care for the game at all, probably never want to play it again. Thankfully I have two groups, and the other group, we still enjoy breaking this one out. Now, there has been some changes to the game, sort of a second edition, if you will. And here you've got a sort of a revised rule summary and reference. Now this isn't official, but it's kind of officially endorsed by Jamie Stegmaier, owner of Stonemaier Games, and also one of the designers of Viticulture. Now if you want a full sort of review and walk through Viticulture, go ahead and check out my first review. But I want to talk specifically about the revisions and how they sort of changed the game, and a little bit about how I expected them to change the game, but they actually didn't change the game. So let's crack open the box and just do a quick little rundown of that. So I should say that I actually have the Arboriculture expansion. I have not actually played with these different fruits and vegetables and things that you can grow in these extra boards, because frankly we're still having fun exploring just the base game so far. But there is one addition to the expansion that you don't necessarily need the expansion for, but I think they're going to release the expansion along with the base game again sometime in the near future. But if you want to get the expansion for what I'm going to explain here in just a second, then definitely consider this. But I haven't played with this. It looks neat. It looks like it's going to add quite a bit to the game, and but I haven't played with that. I'm just talking about the second revised edition, so to speak. Now there are two major changes to the rules here. And the first one is, in my opinion, less significant but still significant. It has to revolve around this crush grapes action. Now normally when you took this action you can only make grapes of a specific type. Now when you put a worker here, you can go here and then you can basically crush two wines. You could make two reds, two whites, a blush and a red, a white and a red. And the other change is when you go to the +1, instead of increasing the value of the wine, so just as a refresher, if you had a value 6 white, if you went to the +1, you could go to a value 7 white. Now you can actually crush one more wine or make one more wine with the crush grapes action. So instead of 2 separate wines, you could make 3 separate wines. And this is significant because it kind of gives you a lot more flexibility when it comes in terms of filling orders and getting different types of wines. Because you can see several of the order cards, require more than one type of wine. You've got a red and a white, and a blush and a white, and a red and a white there. And so this gives you some flexibility as far as what you can fulfill. And so maybe you get a card that is like all red and then all white. So it gives you flexibility there as well. And this definitely helps to speed up the game just a little bit. But this isn't the most significant change. Let's talk about that one now. So here we have the grande worker, and as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger of a worker than your typical worker. Now this actual piece here comes with the Arboriculture expansion. If you don't have the expansion, you could maybe go into your Carcassonne box or some other game and get a meeple of some sort that was differentiated enough from your normal workers, and then use that. So what this piece does is, first let's talk about the normal rule that comes with Arboriculture. There's actually a modification to that rule as well. So when you have this, you can actually place this on a space and have it act as if you were using the center bonus space. So in this case, if let's say another player, let's pretend this white one is a yellow one or something, let's say this player here had gone here and taken the bonus already, then I can go in here with my grande worker, take this action, and still make use of the bonus. Now the change from the rules as printed in the current Arboriculture expansion is that this guy can also be used to take the action of a space that's already been blocked up. So let's take a key spot towards the end of the game, and that's this fill order action. So let's say somebody had come in here, taken that, and then the blue character had come in here. And let's say we're playing like a 4-player game, so this other spot here isn't available. Well, then you can take your grande worker and basically put it on this spot here, sort of next to it, and still take that action. So if you have this one grande worker that you can save for some key moments to either sort of guarantee yourself that you'll be able to fill an order, especially towards the end of the game, maybe be able to do a crush action or something like that. Or you can, use it to get an extra bonus if the bonus is eaten away. So it makes for a very interesting sort of decision point about when to use this particular worker here. Now, one of the things that I really enjoyed about the original rules that some of my friends did not like at all was basically how the game ended. So if we look down here, and we can remember that as soon as somebody hits 20 points or more, then that's going to trigger the end of the game. You're going to play out the rest of the round, obviously, and then whoever has the most points wins. Well, if you get sort of this sort of offset type of scoring where, I'm here on my next turn, I'm going to score, 8 points, but somebody else just, kind of jumps and leaks ahead here, and man, I could have just done that if I could have filled an order. So what this retains is that sort of race aspect and that tension, and it still makes everything that lets you score points valuable in the game. Because remember, if you get some bonuses, you can whenever you get tours, you can score points. You can take points just by taking the 6th position. You can get points for selling grapes. That's an interesting strategy. So the nice thing about the game that I really enjoyed was there was a lot of ways to score points above and beyond just filling the orders. But that caused some sort of preemptive or abruptive ends to the game, which I liked, but others didn't. Now this gives you some flexibility and some opportunity to sort of hedge your bets or get out in front of those kinds of situations, but you still have, I've played this a few times now with the new rules, you still have the tension and the race and all of the things that I think that make this game sit apart and have its unique flavor and its unique fun. You still have that with the rule change. So I'm very pleased with the 2 rule changes. As I said, I liked the game before. I have no problem, but this is definitely, absolutely a better way to play with the change to the Crush Grapes action, as well as the addition of the Grande worker and the new modification to the Grande worker. So I just wanted to give a quick rundown of all that, and then if you're going to be purchasing Viticulture now, or once they reprint it, from what I understand, it's sort of out of stock right now. Just wanted to give kind of a heads up on that and sort of my opinions on the 2 different changes and how they do affect the original gameplay. So, thanks.